First local guy, Suksma Bli, terima kasih.
Terima kasih, Hatur nuhun.
To be honest with you, if I'm thinking about Bali, props to you because obviously coffee here is like you can get coffee every 10 meter.
Exactly.
I jump on my scooter, every 10 meters is a coffee place.
Exactly.
Right? So you entered a crazy market. That's why I'm asking, why do you think Canggu was the best place?
I see Bali as opportunity, as a lifestyle, as a change, as also a freedom in a way. Bali has changed my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In a crazy positive way. Yeah?
Crazy positive way.
And that's why I love your coffee and I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow morning. So do you think Bali is positive for the country Indonesia?
Absolutely yes.
Yeah.
100% positive. For me, it's very important to have a dream because dream is like things that drive you every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the fuel, If you don't have dream, you don't have a sun in your life.
My dream? That's a really good question. I think I have a lot of dreams. But I think my number one dream is... All right, Jason, sitting here.
Hello, Marcel. How are you doing? Great.
Actually, we already saw today because I'm in your location every day. Every day. One of your loyal customers.
Yes, so Marcel basically is first time I met him as a customer in my place. Then he become my friends now and he invites me to his podcast. I think it's really great that for your invitation. I'm really appreciate it.
Bro, I also appreciate it very much that you are here because there's first of all, you're the first local coming to my podcast.
Ah, my pleasure then.
The first local. And also, maybe a lot of people remember Enes from episode number 3.
Yes.
The coffee, I call him the Moroccan coffee baron.
Moroccan guy.
The Moroccan guy. And he introduced me to you. Yeah. Right? He showed me, basically we're talking about Dulu. The name is Dulu. I will obviously also link his place into the YouTube description. Is, in my opinion, the best coffee in Bali.
Thank you very much.
Maybe not even in Bali. Maybe this is one of the best coffee I've ever tried.
Thank you very much, Marcel.
So thank you also for bringing me one today for free. I love that. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
What beans do we have? Did you put for me inside here?
Here's actually a blend.
Mm-hmm.
So long story about Dulu. Dulu is actually a specialty Indonesian coffee shop. So basically, we only source like Indonesian specialty beans.
Yeah.
When I first started, Dulu is to bring Indonesian beans to international market. Which is especially in Canggu, as we know, there's so many tourists, international people in there that want to have a good coffee. So I provide them with Indonesian specialty coffee. Yeah. So today beans that you drink is actually from West Java. And
West Java.
Yes, West Java and Toraja is actually blend.
Yeah.
And I pick source these West Java beans is from Frinsa farm. It's called quite famous in West Java.
Yeah.
And I blend it with Toraja.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also well-known famous beans from Indonesia. It's like the two most popular region.
Yeah.
Well, we have also like Bali, Sumatra.
I don't want to interrupt you. Because I like that you already talk about the whole thing. You're really in your thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is that before we jump into your coffee place in Berawa, Dulu, I would like to start more with the journey of how you got there, right? Because you don't wake up and you're like, hey, you know what? Today I'm going to start my own coffee place.
Yeah.
Where are you from actually? Like, kamu dari mana?
Saya dari Bandung.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Bandung. I grew up in Bandung.
Yeah.
Then I studied in Bandung. My whole family is from Bandung. Then after I finished my uni, I moved up to Jakarta for 2 years. Worked professionally. Then I decided to move to Bali to start my own. But if you ask me how do I get into coffee, my journey, right? It's all started back in 2014. 2014.
Yeah.
When I had an exchange student to Australia. Well, it's my first journey when I get exposed to coffee. I used to not drink coffee.
So what did you study? You didn't study because I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, no.
Obviously, right?
I study business management in my city.
Okay.
Yeah, then I have a chance to do some exchange to Australia. Mm-hmm. It's my first time drinking coffee there. Like real coffee, like from whole beans, you grind it and then you extract it with the coffee machine.
Yeah.
Before that, I only drink like in the 3-in-1 coffee, the instant coffee.
Of course, the 3-in-1. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I have some cousin who live there. He bring me to like one of the famous coffee shop in Australia.
Yeah.
It's the name is, if I'm not wrong, is Market Lane. Then I asked the guy like, what should I order? Then he came to me like, oh yeah, maybe you want to try flat white. It's flat white. It's basically like espresso with milk. When I had it, oh my god, that's like super amazing. That's how my
fall
first
in love.
Yeah, my first time
Yeah.
get into coffee.
Yeah.
After that, I never drink coffee again with sugar.
But I just want to understand, you're from Bandung, right?
Yeah.
You said. And you just had a normal life in Bandung, right? You went to school,
Yeah, normal.
university, right? How is actually, let's talk about Bandung real quick, okay?
Yeah.
Because actually I'm also interested into this because like how is life there as a kid actually?
It's pretty slow life. Bandung is like very slow city. It's full a lot of art people. Easygoing. Coffee is like our main culture. Like hanging out like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Hanging out with friends is like part of the culture in Bandung.
Yeah.
It's like cold city because we're surrounded by 7 mountains.
Okay.
And then
So by cold, home,
not that as cold as in Europe. It's like 18 degrees cold.
okay.
But for us as Indonesian, it's pretty cold.
Yeah,
I used to
yeah.
drive my car without an aircon.
Yeah.
In the 12 afternoon. Like I still can drive without aircon, but in Bali you need aircon, right?
But you have to walk around with a jacket, right? It's a bit colder than here.
Bit cold. You're driving a bike. You're wearing a jacket. Anyway, Bandung is also quite famous for the name Paris van Java, because historically it's we occupied by Netherlands, correct?
Okay.
Then they call it as Paris van Java, which means like a Paris in Java. It used to be a lot of fashion industries in there, textiles,
Really?
shoes, leather. Yes. Even me I think now it's the biggest city for textile industries in Indonesia.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, if you go there for the like leather works, for the textile, you can find a lot of good quality leather textile over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the how the city industry are now, and a lot of factory.
But compared to Jakarta, for example, it's still like a way smaller city, right? Or
Yes, way smaller. It's like 2 hours driving, and now we have a high-speed train. It only took like 30 minutes. But culture-wise, it's very much different with Jakarta. Even Bandung also have their own language. We call it Sunda.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Sunda
When
language.
you can obviously speak it, right?
Yeah, technically, we get the language education in the school. So
Yeah.
back in the school, we got like 3 lessons because I went to private school. You get Indonesian,
Okay.
you get Mandarin,
Yeah.
and then you get Sunda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you just mentioned you went to private school.
Yes.
Right? Is it expensive here in Indonesia?
Depends where you go.
Okay.
Uh,
Because I heard from my family, for example, right, that the more money you have, the better education you get.
In a way, that's correct.
Yeah.
In a way,
Okay. And what would you say? Like you had a really good education?
I think my education is quite like it's okay. It's like
Okay.
I used to study in one of the best university in Bandung, but I think I'm more like street educated.
Street educated.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like you meet a lot of people, you
Yeah.
learn something new from people,
Yeah.
you do your own research, you read,
Yeah.
you do a lot of positive thing to your things, like
Yeah.
I meet you, Marcel, like I always asking many things like how's life in Dubai, how's life in Germany, something like
You
that.
do actually. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like how I learn, I really like to meet people.
But that's a good thing, because you go every day to Dulu, to your own place.
Yes.
You sit there and you talk with the people, right?
Yes.
Which is, I think, it's a really, really good thing, like the interaction with your customers, so to also understand, okay, where they're actually from, right?
Yeah.
What kind of people do I attract with my coffee?
Yeah.
I think it's also interesting for you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And also learn about all the cultures, right? Because
Correct.
there's many. It's like a little like traveling.
Yeah.
When you ask me about Dubai,
Yeah.
when you ask me about Germany, and
Yeah.
you know?
And I'm gonna say like coffee is actually connecting people,
Actually true.
Yeah,
If you
like
think about it, yeah.
I know Anas through I met Anas at Fins, but and then somehow we get connected through coffee too.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if there is no Dulu, there will be no you, and there will be no podcast
Yeah.
today. Like for me, it's like coffee is actually connecting people. That's also my part of my journey why I'm really get into coffee. You know, it's like for me now I see coffee as some needs every day for people. You know, eventually it's a second accommodation. You know, it's like not my main something that you need every day, but it's like more lifestyle. You know.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, especially in Bali.
Yeah, especially in Bali.
And then to finish Bandung real quick, I just want to know also, because obviously before you went into the whole coffee business, coffee industry, was there something you already did, like in terms of money in Bandung? Like you did your own money already, or maybe you had a small job, or maybe you helped your parents or something?
So back from Australia, you know, I want to learn more about coffee, right? But I didn't have a chance to take a course, something like that. Yeah. Then after 2 years later, so like that's that 2 years I only drink coffee. I don't learn anything about coffee. I still don't have any idea about coffee, you know. So I got another exchange to Netherlands for and then after Netherlands I go to UK for vacation, you know, for a month. I spent like whole month in London exploring more coffee shop in there. So many amazing coffee shop in London, you know. And then after London, go back to Bandung. Then I said to myself, oh yeah, I want to learn coffee, but I need to learn coffee for free, you know. So I work as a barista.
So you work as a
yeah. But the first 3 months, you only get a job as a dishwasher, you know, cleaner, cashier, something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I asked the older people there how to make coffee whatsoever. Then it start my journey in there in Bandung. So I get paid. I can drink coffee every day for free. Good coffee, you know, because good coffee back then during the university, I cannot afford like good coffee every day. Maybe it's like cost like at least 30, 40, 50K a day. After that,
so the barista thing was your first job?
Yes,
kind of.
My first job. Then on the side hustle, I do like motorcycle trading. So I bought like broken bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How come?
Then I fix it. Then I sell it again.
Yeah,
it's like a part of the hobbies. Like
in Bandung.
In Bandung. Bandung.
So motorcycle dealer.
Yeah. Short long story. I didn't finish my uni degree yet. Then the pandemic hit. From motorcycle selling, I'm shifting to bicycle selling because like bicycle is like used to be very trendy back then. People so hype buying bicycle, you know. And they mark up the price very high. Then I got lucky in that kind of business. Yeah. Then I managed to finish my study during the pandemic. I get my degree. Meantime, during the pandemic, I do exploration to many cities in Indonesia. Yeah. Such as like Malang, Surabaya, Makassar, then Bali just for cycling. So I travel. Then there is one moment in that time when I was in Bali, you know, I'm saying to myself, oh yeah, one day I'm going to move to Bali, you know, no matter what. I don't know what's the opportunity ahead, but it's like implementing, like manifesting, you know.
Of course.
Yes, manifesting. Yeah. Then, after the pandemic, I don't have any job. I do some apply to many company. Then I get a job in Jakarta for 2 years. Then after 2 years, my final week, I take my day off, go to Bali with my best friend, then just for vacation. Yeah. And I said to my best friend, maybe we should start frozen dim sum shop in Bali. It's just for maybe like hobbies, you know. I used to already get a job in another company, so I only have like a one week window to enjoy Bali. Then
the new job starts.
Yes, in the 1st November.
What kind of job?
Also marketing stuff in the marble company.
Okay, but you always were like, I actually want to do that, right?
Yeah.
Like my love is like coffee, man. I want to do something with coffee.
Yeah. But that 1 week, you know, it's like telling myself, I shouldn't do this. I need to move to Bali, you know.
Really? Yeah, the feeling inside.
Yeah. Then I speak my feeling to my parents. Then my parents only ask me like, what you actually want to do, you know? And I said like, I just want to quit the job and then start my own. And then he said like, so what are you waiting for?
Really?
And then that's it.
I love that.
So like,
That's so important, right?
yeah, 3 days before I get into new office, I just send like a cancellation email.
No way.
Yes.
3 days before.
3 days before.
Like,
I
listen,
remember
guys.
like, so 1st of November, going back to Bali.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do my thing.
1st November, what year?
2022.
2022 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
So I think that's really interesting because, okay, so you're from Bandung.
Yes.
And obviously, most of the locals in Indonesia, they know about Bali. They know what's going on in Bali.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone, like, actually, how is it like so you grow up in Bandung and then people start talking about Bali, like there's like this tourist place. Like, how are you guys talking about Bali actually? Because before you go to Bali, and you've never been to Bali, right? How was your picture of Bali? Because obviously, when you were young, you already talk about it, right? How is it actually?
Actually, my first journey is start from my childhood. Like my parents used to take me to Bali a lot.
Okay.
But my desire to move to Bali is like growing up after when I'm working in Jakarta.
Yeah.
Like I really don't like to live in Jakarta in a way, you know. Well, it's a big city, it's traffic, basement to basement, you know.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. In meantime, I'm saying to myself, no matter what, one day I'm gonna move to Bali. It's like always ongoing in my head.
Yeah.
So like Indonesian people always see Bali as a destination, you know, holiday, refreshment, healing, tourism, you know.
So okay, that's interesting. So it's more a destination to just do vacation, or is it do the locals, they see it as an opportunity maybe to make business?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Some people just like that, but it's different with me. I see Bali as opportunity, as a lifestyle, as a change, you know, as a also a freedom, you know, in a way. That's how I see Bali, if you ask me. But for some people, it's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm more like I'm more like into a city person.
Yeah. So do you think Bali is something which is really positive for the country Indonesia, that it happened?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
100% positive. Like, I believe Bali is our main tourism industries, you know, and then Indonesia get exports many things, especially from Bali, you know, from the nature, from the culture, from the kindness, from the people, you know, like everything.
I mean, as you might know, there's a lot of locals, they complain, right? The tourists, they destroy Bali, and which I also understand, right? Yeah. There's also some negative, or there's always, when there's positive, there's always negative, right? Where there's light, there's also dark, right? Yeah. Both.
Yeah, agree.
However, I think that Bali did such a great job in putting Indonesia on the map, right? Because there's actually a lot of people in Europe, I'm talking from my perspective, they're like, oh yeah, I want to go to Bali. And like, oh, you want to go to Indonesia? What do you mean Indonesia? No, I want to go to Bali. I'm like, bro, Bali is in Indonesia.
Yes, Bali is Indonesia.
You know, like they don't even know that Bali is in Indonesia. Like this is which is actually crazy. There's actually a lot of people, they think Bali is a country.
Yeah,
you know?
I need to highlight to our watchers here, like Indonesia is big country. We have more than 1,000 islands. We have like more than 1,000...
Actually, way more. We have 17,000 islands, as far as I know.
Yeah. Ethnic, race, culture, even languages. We have 5 different religions.
Yeah.
Like number 1 is Muslim, second is Christian, Catholic, Buddha, Hindu.
We have everything.
Everything.
If you think about it,
so if you think Bali, Indonesia, Bali is not Indonesia, no, you're wrong. Like Bali is actually part of Indonesia.
Yeah. There's a lot of people coming to me. They're like, hey, Marcel, you've been to Thailand and then you've been to Bali. What do you think it's better? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you're asking me comparing an island with a country. Yeah. Like Thailand against Bali.
Yeah,
like,
nothing come close.
Why don't you ask Indonesia or Thailand? You know what I mean? Because we have way more than Bali. We have Raja Ampat.
Exactly.
Right? We have Flores. We have also where I'm from, Maluku.
Yeah.
We have amazing islands. Bandung also is probably something like you should see, right?
Yeah.
But still, I think it's so interesting because you're from Indonesia and you went to Australia. You lived in Australia how long?
No, it's like only short terms, like a month.
1 month, okay. Yeah. But still, you have the experience. You saw Australia, your first coffee you tried in Australia, right?
Exactly.
You went to Europe. You went to, there's a lot of Indonesians, they dream from Europe. They never have the opportunity to go to Europe, right? Yeah. but still you were like, hey, you know what? But I don't want to leave Indonesia. I want to stay here,
Exactly.
but Bali.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, I've been in a lot of country in the world, you know, like even Asia. But
Yeah.
if I also have option if I want to like study already abroad, you know. But no, I'm gonna make my decision to stay in Bali.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, you've been to Bali a lot of times, and then 2022, 3 days before you started your actual job, you wrote them an email like, hey guys, I'm not gonna come.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Because you said that you came here with a friend. So right away you knew that it's gonna be a coffee place, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you can talk a bit like how it all started, because obviously you cannot just open a coffee place, right? So you need a lot of things. You need money.
Yeah.
You need connections.
Yeah.
Where do you get the beans from?
Yeah.
Where do I get the location?
Yeah.
Where do I, like, what makes the most sense? Should I do it in
Correct.
Canggu? Should I do it in Seminyak? Maybe Uluwatu,
Correct.
Ubud, right?
Correct.
So how was the whole, like, maybe you can guide us through the steps, because I think there's a lot of locals, right? They are scared to open their own business here,
Correct.
right? So
Correct.
maybe you can teach them like, hey, this is how you do it.
Correct. If you ask me, like, hey, if you ask me at that time, at 1st November 2022, the same question, I'm gonna answer you, Marcel, I don't know. Because, like, truly, I don't know, Marcel. Like, back then, if I'm, like, taking back myself, like, oh my God, how come that I can come this far? You know, like, back then, like, seriously, I don't know. The only answer that I can provide you is actually, I don't know, you know. Like, back then, I was so lost, you know, like, okay, I just resigned my job. And then next what? The answer is, like, I don't know. So I just start, like, working on myself.
Yeah.
I just like, okay, maybe I should search a place first. That's the least thing you can do.
Okay.
Then for a month, 2 months, until December, you know, you don't get any place.
Yeah.
For these 2 months, you know, it was like hell for me. It's like, I want this place already taken out. I want this place. The rent's too expensive.
Yeah.
I want, there's a good place rent, you know, like sometimes too far, you know.
Yeah.
Then, you know, when you're stuck in life, at the end of the day, you're gonna pray, you know, like when you're stuck, you just surrender yourself to God.
Yeah.
I say to my God, like, oh God, I surrender, like, please give me a lead or guide or whatever. If this is the way you want me to move to Bali, please give me at least a lead. If don't, yeah, I'm just gonna go back to Jakarta anyway. So there's like 1 week, I found that place. Like, it's like you cannot process it in your logical way, but it's just happened. You know, you giving so many effort to yourself, and there's zero result when you say your prayer and you believe, like, you manifesting and you implementing. It just happened, you know. Believe it or not.
100%.
Believe it or not. I'm not talking about religion or whatsoever. I'm talking about, like, it's more like you need to have belief. Like,
Yes.
you need to have faith. No matter what of religion you are, you know, like,
Yeah.
you need to have faith, and then you need to trust.
Yeah. I totally agree, because if you want to do something in life, life is so great.
Yeah.
Right? Because God will give you.
Yeah.
Right? If you really want.
Yeah.
But do you actually really want? Is
Yeah.
the question,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Do you really want? Because
Yeah.
those difficult times,
Yeah.
they happen to test you
Yeah.
if you really want.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
imagine that day you just said, you pray to God and you're like, hey, please just give me a lead.
Yeah.
And 1 week after you found it, what happened if you, that day you already surrender?
Yeah.
Already go back to Bandung?
There will be
Then
no
we're not
Dulu.
sitting here,
Yeah,
no
we're not
Dulu,
sitting-
right?
Exactly.
So,
But if you ask me more like technical things, you know, like how should I do it, blah 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 blah. Don't think too much, just do it. Because to be honest, I'm not like the super expert F&B doers, you know.
of course.
The only things in my mind, okay, I'm just gonna do it. Like,
Yeah.
even 3 days before I open Dulu, I still don't know how I'm gonna implement my coffee, Marcel. Like, how I'm gonna put on my menu. My menu is done like 8 hours before I open. Like, exactly 11 at night. My friends, my one of my good friends in Bali, his name is Hendra, and helped me to set up the menu.
Shout out to Andra.
Shout out to Hendra. like there is no exact book to
Yeah.
do this, to do this. You know, the main things least advice that I will give to you guys is actually know what you want, right? Know how to implement the product if you are in the F&B industries. Because I'm a coffee drinker and I see the market and I see how all in Canggu coffee market behave.
Yeah.
So at least I can implement things that I like and they like, you know.
Yeah.
Just find a balance. There's no such a thing like, oh yeah, you should do this, do this, do this. Sometimes if you think too much, sometimes it just doesn't work, you know.
Correct.
I think do is more important.
Yeah. That's
Just
why
do
my
it.
podcast, the name is Talk
Yeah.
and Do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Don't
exactly.
only talk,
Yeah.
also do.
Do exactly.
Right? Just do.
And things that I learned from my first ever project is to learn how to forget it and move on.
Yeah.
Which means like if things doesn't really work as your expectation,
Yeah.
forget it, move on, let it go.
100%.
That's
100%.
very important mindset.
Yeah,
Marcel.
yeah. There's also something I don't know the name of the guy I saw in the podcast. In another podcast, he was talking about that when like bad things happen to your life, what he's doing, he's just saying good. No matter what happens, he just says good. No matter how shit the situation is, he's good. Okay,
Because you want to implementing the
this kind of mindset, you know, like
manifesting.
yeah, it's okay. You found a nice place maybe for your coffee, but it didn't work out. Someone else got it. Good. Okay, I'm gonna find a better one. Right?
Yeah.
So maybe you have this one supplier for your coffee beans, but all of a sudden he's not gonna contact you anymore. Okay, good. I'm gonna find a better one. You know?
Yeah.
It's like just say good.
I see. Good.
You know? Maybe it shouldn't happen. Good. Okay.
Good.
But don't give up. You know?
Good.
Because you know what I mean? This is basically something I'm trying to implement into my life. No matter how shit the situation is, you know, just say good. You know?
Good.
Good. Anyway, so back to the topic. So, okay, you were trying to find, this was kind of like your first step, right? You're trying to find a place, like from the beginning, you knew that it's gonna be somewhere in Canggu?
Yes.
Like Canggu area?
I'm saying I want in Canggu
Okay, why?
because of the environment, the market there, the people there.
But you mentioned market because that's why I'm asking you, because if, to be honest with you, if I'm thinking about Bali, right, and I'm thinking about opening a coffee place, which is already like, hey, props to you, because obviously coffee here is like, you can get coffee every 10 minutes, 10 meter.
Exactly.
I jump on my scooter, every 10 meters is a coffee place.
Exactly.
Right? So you entered a crazy market, right? The competitors is crazy here. And then, especially in Canggu, right? Just down the road from Dulu, you can find so many good coffee places, right? So that's why I'm asking you, like, why do you think Canggu was the best place, you know?
That's how I come up with the idea with the only Indonesian beans in Dulu, you know.
Yeah.
I go to one good coffee shop. Yeah, they serve they also have like Indonesian beans, of course, but they do another Colombia, Ethiopia, another coffee shop, Ethiopia beans, Colombia, whatsoever, you know, international.
But no one's representing Indonesia.
Indonesia, but with very good quality.
Yeah.
With the specialty grade, you know, like amazing flavor, you know. I just want to expose, like, oh yeah, we are Indonesia. We have so many different type of beans. Then, you know, one thing more sure, like as I mentioned before, the market itself, you know. People who live in there is like more energetic people. They take coffee as lifestyle. That's I think why I choose Canggu for my first start, you know.
Yeah. Especially also many people, and especially the people from outside Indonesia, they don't even know that Indonesia is actually, I think, top 3 country.
Yeah, producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's do you know like who's in the top 3 besides Indonesia?
Brazil, Colombia, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then for another reason, you know, because I do visit Canggu a lot since 2015. It used to be like rice field, you know.
I know.
Then last time I visit Canggu, like back in 2022, I just like strolling around Canggu. I see the people, and then they're just like super energetic people, very unique.
Yeah.
All super fit people, you know, go to work out with a cool guy with tattoos, and then with maybe like you with piercings, you know, so many.
Thank you.
Cool people, you know. Then, oh yeah, maybe Canggu is the place, you know. I should go to Canggu, and then like I think coffee is also become their lifestyle. That's how
Coffee in general is a lifestyle.
yeah, I get into market because as you know, we as Indonesian, especially in Bandung,
Yeah.
coffee is not lifestyle yet, but we are not getting there, you know.
You think you will get there?
Yeah, especially in my city, Bandung, Jogja. It's like slowly but sure, it's gonna be a lifestyle one day.
Yeah.
Usually back then, people just go to coffee shop just for like a weekend getaway. Like on daily basis, they not usually drink
Just
coffee.
3-in-1.
Like iced tea, hot tea,
Yeah.
regular bubble tea, whatever. You know, like even like our biggest market still like people drinking coffee with sugar. You know, like they love a sugar creamer.
I know.
Like or maybe like what do you call gula aren?
Yeah.
It's like palm sugar.
Yeah.
Like still the biggest market now. If you see, if you go to like maybe Australia or European market or even like Singapore or Thailand, they drink like classic coffee.
Yeah.
They're like black coffee or coffee with milk, which is like cappuccino, piccolo, whatsoever.
Yeah.
You can see the difference. That's why I'm thinking like, okay, I can implement this to Canggu, just to see like get different markets for it.
Yeah. And then, okay, you found the place. But what about the supplier?
Supplier?
You had contacts, you already had a network, or you know, okay, I'm going to get the coffee from this guy, or how did that work?
That's also my main opportunity because I used to work in Jakarta for 2 years. I make a lot of connection in the F&B industries because it's still relating with my previous work.
Yeah.
But for the like supplier and connection, I get it from my my best friend is actually the coffee's biggest coffee sourcing in Indonesia. He's a roaster.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how Dulu actually until now get the beans. So I can trust him for the supply. Then for like vendors like maybe equipment, something like that, it's also my field. So I know a lot of contacts through my work. But if you ask me like, oh yeah, I want to start in Bali, maybe do some F&B. Remember, Bali is like the second biggest city for international exposure. Like we have like yearly event, like biggest expo for food and beverage in Bali.
Is there actually? Yeah?
Yes.
What's the name
It's
of it?
called FHTB, Food Hotel Trade Bali.
Okay.
And you got another expo in Jakarta.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically same, but it's only the event is only held in Jakarta and Bali because they know Bali is like the second city for F&B market.
Yeah.
So if people want to come here, oh yeah, I want to make connection. Just maybe you start with to go to that place.
Yeah.
For making a lot of connection there.
Yeah. Or like you did. You okay, you know, like I might gonna do a coffee business myself. So I'm gonna start with Barista, right?
Yeah.
You start like real, and you even like you were, as you said, like you were just washing in the kitchen, right? You don't even not even really the touch point with coffee, but still you're surrounded from the environment. You already learn a bit. You're asking questions.
Yeah, from the beginning. Yeah. Just get to work, and then after you work, you don't think like you're gonna be there forever. You need to be smart. You need to think wisely, you know.
Yeah.
And you need to see yourself how you're gonna be next.
Yeah.
Because if you want to improve your life, you need to have. I think mindset is very important.
Of course, 100%. Mindset and environment.
Environment, correct.
Yeah.
Like surrounding yourself with good people.
Yeah.
Correct people. I mean, good people is like people that really have a good value for you, and you can share your value to them.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Show me your friends and I tell you who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
Do you think that's true?
80%, 90% correct.
Yeah.
I think it's super important, the environment.
I think it's also important to surround yourself with people, or like people who might like they are already kind of where you want to be. Do you know what I mean? So for example, you want to have a conversation with someone who already owns a coffee business, right?
Yeah.
With these people you should surround yourself, right? Not like you shouldn't talk with me about, hey Marcel, how do I open a coffee bar? I don't know.
Yeah.
Why do you ask me? You know, like you should talk with people who are already success. Because this is also another thing. There's two type of people who are owning a coffee business. There's the ones who are successful and the ones who are not successful, right?
Exactly.
So you should also wisely ask the right people, right?
Yeah.
You shouldn't ask someone who is running a really, really bad coffee business.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Did you all learn that when you were working by yourself in the coffee place, or did you also like after work you were reading and you were researching in the internet, and like how do you learn like how to do a proper coffee?
Both. So if you're like just start working your journey as a barista or maybe anything, my least advice, like, don't be shy. I mean, like, just ask a question, even though it's like stupid question. They will get mad to you, but he gonna forget it in 10 minutes. That's how I start. But
I love that. It's a good
exactly
one.
right.
No, it's a good one.
They're gonna forget it in like 1 years. You know, like
Exactly.
I don't care. You know, like, oh yeah, Jason, you're so stupid. Whatever. Yeah, so what? You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do learn from the senior. Then I do a lot of reading articles, you know, and implementing like coffee science. There's so many sources in the Google, YouTube, website about coffee. And also after I finished my uni, I took another course which it's under association. It's called Specialty Coffee Association.
Okay.
Or in Indonesia, we have this organization called Specialty Coffee Association in Indonesia, or it's like SCAI.
Mm-hmm.
So they can give you course in the academic way, and after you finish 140 points, you get your diploma degree.
Really?
Yes,
Specialized for coffee.
only for coffee. There's like 5 course that you can take as a barista, brewing. It's like a filter brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Sensory, green beans, and I think the other one is I forget that one.
And you did all of that?
Almost, not all of it. I need to still take like green beans and sensory to finish.
Okay. Let's finalize the Dulu story now. So basically, okay, you found your place. You knew how to do the coffee from your experience.
Yeah.
You already had a supplier from your previous connection, right?
Yeah.
And then, you just opened. And then how was because, I mean, you had a tiny bit of marketing experience.
Yes.
Right? But also, I mean, that's something like, I mean, you can have the best product in life, but if you don't know how to market it,
Yes, exactly.
you know, how do you do money? So what was your steps there? Like, what were you thinking? Like, okay, I'm going to do this and this and this. So people in Canggu or Bali, they know, okay, this is my coffee. I'm here now.
I always believe branding is the main key. Branding is everything. And after you know your type of branding and your reference, second thing, like how you gonna implementing and communicate it. I think it's the most critical thing compared to product. Yeah, of course, you need to have a good product. But if you have like good product, but you cannot communicate it, or in a way you cannot sell it, that's also pointless, you know.
Yeah.
So I think first thing that for me is like you need to have a good aiming and like know what you want and for your branding itself, you know.
Yeah.
So makes your branding is for like lifestyle or maybe like suitable for your market. That's very important for, I think.
Yeah. And you do the marketing by yourself, or you have also support there?
Both. Like I'm more likely into like guiding the agency. I hire an agency for the marketing, but I have my personal reference and I make my own leads to them, you know.
Yeah.
I think very important branding and to see the market. For the example, like Canggu, you know, you have like a different type of visual, you know. People in there more hype, like street visual. In Jakarta, maybe the branding is more work, like maybe more commercial. You get what I mean, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly.
I think that's the main key, you know. Sometimes people make a brand in Canggu, but it's not suitable for the market.
Of course. Yeah, for example, like the Dulu you have right now in Barawa might not work in Jakarta, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to say, right?
It might.
Or like in Bandung, obviously, right? But are you actually thinking of making, or like obviously in the future, right? You think you're gonna do a second shop?
Maybe
Then you think it's gonna be still in Indonesia, maybe Bandung or something, or do you think like, hey, you know what, Australia was nice, maybe in Australia or maybe in Netherlands?
maybe I don't know, Marcel.
Yeah.
same like the answer like when I start Dulu, I don't know.
You just see how it goes.
Yeah, how it goes, but need to be smart, need to be predictable, need to be precise.
Yeah.
Then know what you want is the most important thing,
Yeah.
Also same thing. I think maybe some brand from Jakarta, they opened in Bali, didn't work. I mean, there's no correct Bible for that. I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about you as a person.
Yeah.
I mean, like how you like to implementing it, how you gonna do it. You need to know, and you need to live in here to know the market. I do like bring a lot of people, like could be like potential partner in the future.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get it about Bali market, especially Canggu market, because it's just different.
What I really want to ask you is because I think there is a lot of, especially locals, maybe watching this, and they're like, yeah, but this guy, he already had money, so it was easy for him and stuff like this, right? I could never do it, right? You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So do you think this, what you built, your coffee shop, Dulu, in Berawa, is something everyone can do?
For me, yes. If you think like that way,
Listen, I'm gonna give you $1,000. Yep, you heard that right. And here's how you can grab it. Just create clips you enjoyed from the podcast. Upload it to YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And for every video you reshare that gets 1 million views, I will give you $1,000. But hey, there's more. Every month, the most clicked clip creator will back $500 on top. Please just don't forget the magic hashtag #TalkAndDo on all your posts. That's your entry ticket into this competition. It is time to turn your creativity into cash. Good luck.
that's your mindset and that's your problem. Because I don't give space to adopting myself.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you already have money. Well, many people have money, but many people cannot do things too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like privilege is not related with something you can do and become successful.
Yeah, yeah.
I see a lot of people from zero, they still can do better than me, more successful than me.
Yeah.
I see many people with money just going down because,
It's all here.
yes, it's all on mindset,
Yeah. How you treat your money, right? And what do you do?
Exactly.
And what are your goals?
Exactly. That doesn't mean like you don't have money, you won't die successful, I think.
Yeah.
Because everything in here, mindset.
100%. 100%. What would you say Bali, or how did Bali influence your life? Not only your business life, but also your personal life, Because we were talking a bit about like going gym and stuff.
Yeah.
Would you say it improved everything a lot?
Everything.
Yeah?
Everything. Mindset, lifestyle, food, especially food, I feel like more active outside, get exposed to sun, beach, doing some exercise, go to the gym every day.
Yeah.
Easy, you riding scooter every day. Maybe you can walk in the beach.
Yeah.
Compared to live in Jakarta, you just get exposed with basement to basement, aircon to aircon. In here, you get fresh air. In here, you meet a lot of amazing people, new people, good people, people with good value, everything. So basically, I can say like Bali has changed my life.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In a crazy positive way. Yeah?
Crazy positive way.
Probably Bali. Like for me, if you ask me, I think Bali is probably one of the best places to live in your 20s and also in your 30s. There's no better place because it's not only about, yes, I know Bali is probably way more cheaper than Europe.
Yes.
Even though Bali still, like, if you think about it, it's getting expensive and like more and more expensive, right? So it's not like super cheap anymore.
Yes.
However, I think just what Bali gives you, it's not only, as I said, the money, like that it's cheap here and stuff like this and that you can party every day. It's not about that. It's just like the environment, the opportunities, the people you meet from all over the world, like just growth, like personal growth.
Exactly.
In Bali it's you cannot describe it. You have to experience it.
There's a moment you're gonna think like it's not all about money anymore.
Of course.
Maybe if I'm still working in Jakarta, I get better earnings, maybe. But it's not all about money, you know. It's like we're talking like investing, you know.
Yeah.
Investing lifestyle. Like for me, I know what I want. I want to move here, so I just moved to Bali for myself. Maybe like Bali lifestyle is not suitable for another people, but like you said, for me, it's like completely change everything.
Yeah.
In different way.
To also finalize the whole Dulu coffee thing, maybe you can also, because you mentioned now that you only offer Indonesian coffee, right? That's it. Only Indonesian coffee. And you also want to stay with that? You want to stick with that? You say like, I'm never gonna offer some Brazilian or Colombian coffee. What's your idea here?
Depends, but 90% I'm gonna use all Indonesian sources.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, of course, I still drink like Ethiopian and Colombian coffee, and as a coffee drinker, right?
So you still go somewhere else?
But now I'm more focused exploring myself to Indonesian local beans, you know. Like I drink Indonesian beans every day. I do exploration, type sourcing, type processing, you know.
So you're still learning every day, even though you
learning every day.
You already have your place and it's running well and people coming and stuff like this. But you're still learning. You want to improve.
Yes, because we cannot avoid that fact. The coffee is actually from Ethiopia. There's research, you know how coffee started, like in this world.
Ennis told me a bit, but maybe you can give also again the history of coffee.
There's one famous story called Dancing Goat. Have you heard?
No.
So in this old village in Ethiopia, you know, if I'm not wrong, I think it's like 100 years ago, right?
Okay.
There's like farmer or maybe shepherd. Mm-hmm. He see like the goat is dancing, and he asked like why the goat is dancing, you know. And then he followed the goats. The goats eating a fruit which gonna called coffee in the future, you know. So after he eats this fruit, this red cherry fruit, then the goat is always dancing. Then this guys take the coffee, and then he try to eat it every day. Then it's how get famous. I think it's all start from Ethiopia. Then by time the coffee, how they drink coffee is get evolving. They start to crushing it, they start to drying it, they start to roasting it, they grinding it, they put hot water and drink it, and that's how the coffee started.
Do you know how the coffee started in Indonesia?
I think it's bring by the traders.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I strongly believe all the traders. I believe is from Middle East.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I think people who bring coffee is probably from Morocco, maybe.
From Ennis directly. You are in love with Bali, right? Dulu is going well. You think you're going to stay here? That's it?
I'm going to stay here.
You stay in Bali forever?
90%.
Yeah? 90%?
90%.
What about the 10%? What are these 10%? Australia, Netherlands, what is it? Back to Bandung?
I don't know. The 10% is like, I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah. Always
let God decide.
Yeah.
Maybe something happens.
Yeah. Just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Keep have a positive mindset, good mindset. Keep grinding, never stop. That's more important, you know. See the opportunity, every day. And if you see the opportunity, like, just take it, you know. Yeah. Sometimes like you have a plan, you have many plans. Even you already have like 7, 8, 1 year plan. It didn't go well. Forget it. Move on. Sometimes just good. Like good. Yeah. Forget it. Move on. Sometimes like 2 weeks plan. You meet correct partner. You meet correct people. You meet like the opportunity just in there. You know.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah.
Even you don't know. You know. You can do like a lot of research, prediction, whatsoever. You can hire good consultant, whatsoever. Maybe it doesn't work. You get like amateur partner, and sometimes work. You know. That's life.
Yeah, 100%. But what is your dream?
My dream?
Yeah. What is your dream? Like in terms of, is it to have one of the most successful coffee business in Bali, or is there any other? Or like, do you want to travel the whole world? What is the dream of Jason from Bandung?
I want to buy Porsche one day.
Yeah?
Yes.
Well, you cannot drive a Porsche in Bali. I mean, there's this one guy, you know him, right, with the Porsche.
I don't care.
But do you want to actually have a Porsche in Bali?
One day I want to buy Porsche.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your dream.
Yeah, because I fell in love with Porsche since little kid. That's
Yeah.
my dream. Well, of course, if you're talking about like, having a good life, having good friend, having a good health, that's also part of the dream, right?
Of course, 100%.
Yeah, having a good family in the future, or maybe nice villas in here, part of the dream. But like, if you want, ask me like, what's your dream? I want to have Porsche.
That's a really precise dream. What Porsche exactly?
Maybe, I don't know, maybe 911 turbo.
911?
Yeah. Maybe.
What color?
What color?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
With the Dulu logo on top. So everyone knows, Jason is coming.
Yeah, the main thing is like, for me, it's very important to have a dream, because dream is like things that drive you every day.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the fuel, If you don't have dream, you don't have a sun in your life. Because, like, to wake up in the morning, you just need a little bit of sun. You just need to be conscious. Then you open your curtain so like the sun can come into your room. Then you need to get up. Many people cannot see the sun. Many people doesn't have a dream. Many people then doesn't have fuel in their life. They get desperate. They get anxiety whatsoever. Because they give the space for that.
Yeah.
If you don't give a space, if you give light to come in every day, I think your mindset and your life will be different. And especially a man, my family always told me you need to have a dream. That's a very good question, actually, because I get asked so many times. Then it's the reason why I really like to be asked what's my dream is like to give a reminder to yourself. Oh yeah, you still have a dream.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Can you share your dream? I want to hear your dream.
My dream? That's a really good question. I think I have a lot of dreams. But I think my number one dream is to, and I know it's not possible, but try my best to like give my mom back what she gave to me. I think it's not. This is impossible.
Why impossible?
Because she gave me too much. She gave me life.
Yes, it's impossible. Never.
There's you cannot
pay back.
You cannot pay back life.
Yeah.
Right. She gave me not a normal life, like an amazing life. I appreciate like how she raised me and everything.
Yeah.
So this is something I cannot give back, but I will try my best as long as she's on this planet Earth to give her as much as possible.
Yes.
And this is my dream.
Yes.
In like everything I do, number one is always like, okay, I have to give back to my mom,
Family.
Like family.
Yes.
Number one thing.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
Especially your mom, because she's like the one who bring you to this world, right?
100%. Even like that there will be no other person on this planet Earth who will love you more than your mom.
I believe.
You can find the best wife on the planet Earth, the best, like she supports you, motivates you, everything, but she will never love you like your mom does.
I believe. I believe too. Yeah.
So
correct.
Why would I spoil my girlfriend or my wife when there's someone else loving me more than her?
Yeah.
So I have to spoil my mom.
Yeah.
Right. And I think this is something like many people they forget.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people as I said, like they get their wife, they get their own kids, their own family, which is okay. Obviously, you have to provide for your family, right? But don't forget where you're from.
Yeah. Back to the roots.
Yeah. So I would say this is one of my number one, not only dream, like goals in life, but obviously also there's a lot of other dreams, because you said an objective thing, right? Porsche. For me, it's not a car. I was never really interested into cars, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like I was riding a Lamborghini in Dubai and it's nice, but for me, it's more like a toy.
Yeah.
Lamborghini is not a car. It's a toy, It's a nice thing for a man, but objectives-wise, probably it's either a crazy villa, but I would not say no to a private jet. I know it's a crazy goal, but I think I don't want to go too deep into this, but I think if you have your own jet
Yeah.
Or you can afford flying private jets all the time.
Yeah.
You can kind of like time travel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because just think about it, you know, when you have to go to the airport, you have to check in, they check your baggage, blah, 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 you know, 2 hours, you know,
Yeah.
then you can finally fly, maybe they have delay, you know, then you sit in, maybe you can afford business or first class, but usually most of the people, they sit in economy, you know, but imagine you have like, you just go to the airport, you know, 10 minutes, go into the private jet, done, boom. 1 hour later, you're already in the next country, and the same day you go to another country, then another country, just private jetting over there. It would be nice, you know? What kind of advice or strategy would you give if they want to like live kind of like a similar lifestyle to you? What I mean by that is not like opening your own. It's also like, because you always had the dream to come to Bali and live in Bali, right? So I think there's a lot of people out there watching this. They're like, hey, you know what? I also want to live in Bali. You know, maybe I also want to open my own, not only coffee, like something, right? I do want to do my own business in Bali, right? What kind of advice would you give to them?
Know what you want and know what you're good at.
Yeah.
Even simple things like be confident, you know. Confidence is so important. Like many people have talent, but they don't realize that it's actually a talent.
Yeah.
For example, like speaking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like a talent. It can bring you a lot of things, even good work, money, whatever. Simple things. Or maybe like you have can speak like many languages, like Anas.
And
right?
This guy's crazy. Eh?
Whatever, like even simple things. Just be confident what you get at, what you good at, and know what you want. That's my advice.
Yeah.
And remember, you need a light every day.
Have a light in your life. That's a good one. I like how you described it. You know, you have to wake up, not only like open the curtains and then the light coming in, also a light here.
Because, Marcel, I met so many people that doesn't have any purpose in life, you know, like miserable, like it doesn't matter like they have money or not, they have good family or not. That kind of people just stuck, you know.
Yeah.
I believe you have your own hard time. I believe I have my own hard time, you know. Everyone have their own hard time, you know, no matter what it is.
Absolute.
But the only difference, me, you, and this kind of people, we know how to get up.
Yeah. But I don't think that's something you have to learn. You know, it's easy to say it, but I know there's a lot of people struggling. They don't know how to get up. You know? So I know it's hard. It's not easy, but it all comes down to here.
Mindset, dream.
Mindset, yeah.
I always wondering, like me, I grew up both from Asian parents, right? I was wondering, like you mentioning, like your mom is from Maluku, correct?
Yes.
And your father's Germany.
Yes.
Like, how do you feel like grew up from different two cultures, you know? And then like how it's impacting you to, okay, I'm gonna live in Asia maybe or in Bali. I don't know.
And I think I can answer it really well, because I can compare myself with my brother. I have a big brother, okay, and we live a complete different life. He's still in Germany. He loves Germany. I don't know really if he loves Germany deep in his heart. I don't know. But the thing is, to answer your question, in terms of two cultures, right, coming together, half German, half Indonesian, I would say, first of all, it all comes down to who you grow up with. You know, because I'm from a city near to Frankfurt, and I grew up with a lot of Arabs, Turkish people, Russians, Polish, like international, you know, but especially the Arabs and the Turkish, and they have kind of like this, which I would say Indonesians also have, which is this strong relationship or like strong connection to the family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the culture.
The culture, you know, it's just a culture thing, right? Family always comes first.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in the Asian country, you know?
Right? Especially in Indonesia. I think in Indonesia, it's something really strong. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'm agree.
And I don't want to hate or speak hate against Germany, but I think it's sadly slowly going away from there, you know? Like this thing, which I don't like. But I would say that if I I don't know, but I think if I would grow up with German people, maybe I would be the same, you know. So it all comes down to an environment in the end of the day, right? But I would say that because I grew up with all these different nations, and my mom brought me to Bali, like to Indonesia the first time 1996. I was here in Bali first time 1996. I was 2 years old. And since then I came here like so many, I think 2003, 6, 9, 12, 15, like I came to Indonesia so many times, you know. And I always like, I had a feeling like this is where I'm from, you know, like I feel home here. You know, I don't really feel home in Germany, you know, like I feel like I'm an island boy, you know. I need the sun, I need but not only the sun from the weather, the sun and the people, you know. Like I need, it's hard to describe, you know. So,
but you feel you belong here, right?
yes, 100%.
That's how I feel too.
100%, you know. I always told my mom, like, I remember, I think it was I was so young, you know. It was 2010 or 2012. I was like 15, 16 years old, you know. And I always said, like, Mom, one day I'm going to live here, and I'm going to also, I really want to celebrate New Year's Eve here. I want to see how it is in Bali, and something is telling me I will live here one day, you know. I just said it like this, but I never really planned it, you know. I swear. For me, it was always because then I moved to Dubai. I lived in Dubai, I told you. And as soon as I lived in Dubai, this was my first time leaving Germany and live somewhere else. I was like, Dubai is the best place in the world. I want to live in Dubai forever. I will never live somewhere else, you know. But then it happened.
Until you...
It happened. It happened out of nowhere. Like, all of a sudden, I'm here now, you know. I swear, like, it was like this, you know. I was 100% sure I will be in Dubai, you know. That was 2022. Like, I'm going back to Dubai, you know. I just came here for 1 week to Bali, you know. I know it's 2 years ago that I wanted to go back to Dubai, but I never went back. I still go to Dubai sometimes, you know, but now I know, like, I belong here, you know.
I see.
I have a really, really strong connection to my Indonesian blood, and also to my Indonesian family, you know. I'm going to my grandma is 96. She's 96 or 95.
Wow.
She's really old. Okay.
Until now? Still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive.
Wow.
Yeah. Hopefully she's going to reach the 100. That would be amazing.
Amen.
Yeah.
I think as a German person, you're not that stiff, you know, because I know like some German is very stiff.
Yeah.
You know why? I mean, like very cool, you know. I think you get like you get it from your mom's side. Is that correct?
I would say so. Also, things like I have a lot from my mom. I think I have most of the things, like how I think and stuff, I have it from my mom. Yeah. You know, also when it comes to traveling, I love to travel. My dream is before I get kids, I want to see minimum 100 countries, you know, and I'm still not there yet. There's a lot to see, you know.
Part of your dream?
That's one of my dreams, see 100 countries before I get a kid, because I strongly believe that as soon as you have a kid, yes, I know it's still possible, but there is some certain countries where you can just not go with your kid, you know. You cannot do a safari in somewhere in Kenya with your kid, sleeping in a tent next to lions, you know, like you don't do that with your kid, you know. You rather go to Bali or to Mallorca or Ibiza, you know, like safe countries.
I heard about Africa.
Yeah.
Living in a tent with lions, that's crazy.
Yeah, I really want to do just things like this. I want to do crazy things. I want to enjoy life. I want to see the whole world, you know, because I think exploring is something which is opening your mindset.
Correct. Live life to the fullest.
Correct. And my mom used to be a flight attendant for Garuda Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. So she had the opportunity, even though she's from Ambon, you know, Ambon, she grew up with 5 brothers and 2 sisters. Poor family, you know. My granddad, like her dad, died really young. So they had nothing, you know. But she also had a dream to be a flight attendant at Garuda Indonesia, you know. And that opened her the whole world, you know. She saw Hawaii 30 years ago.
Wow.
You know, things like this. And I think this kind of thing she gave to me, you know. Like trying my best to see the whole world, you know. It's why also sometimes I bring her to some countries. She never's like, sometimes I go to her like, hey, what is your dream? Like, what didn't you see yet?
Yeah.
You know, like, what do you want to see? Let's go.
Yeah.
You know?
I see.
So I'm also trying to sometimes travel with her. I'm trying my best also to make it more in the future. You know, that's also something I can really give as an advice to all the people out there. Like, enjoy the time with your with your family as long they are there, especially with your parents
Exactly.
or your mom, bring them to, ask them, what do you want to do? Like, where do you want to go? And then do a trip with them, Trust me, this is something this is like just a small thing paying back to them, but for them it's a lot, But yeah, to answer your question, I'm more into the Indonesian side.
Yeah.
Way more, I have a lot of German things inside of me.
Beer,
No, definitely not beer.
pretzel,
Definitely not pretzel.
sausage.
Also not that.
Why is it?
But there's a lot of things.
Why is it?
What do I have in terms of German inside of me? That's a really good thing. I wouldn't say that I'm really on time.
Okay. Really? Is that also happen in Germany? Because I thought it's only the culture in Indonesia. We call it jam karet.
Not being on time.
rubber time.
Yeah, this is something I have from Indonesia. Definitely 100%. I don't have this from German, from a German root. I don't know. It's hard to say. What do I actually have? Like appearance-wise, I would say I have a lot from my German side, because I'm fucking tall.
Yeah.
186 for an Indonesian. I have a full-grown beard. Thank God.
Yeah.
Things like this, right? But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I think you should ask my friends, like my German friends.
Yeah.
What does Marcel have in terms of like his German side? They can answer it. But for me myself, it's hard for me to say. Like
Here we're like living in Asian way.
Yeah.
Because funny story, I used to believe like Russian people is very stiff, But after I ate more Germany, I think Germany is more stiff.
I agree. Yeah. And maybe I was like this before I left. I don't know. Maybe,
Oh.
Maybe. And I just changed.
You see like yourself more friendly as a person after you moved to Bali?
You tell me. Am I friendly?
You're friendly.
Yeah.
Like
I would say that Dubai gave me crazy improvement in terms of business. But Bali gave me crazy improvement in terms of life, like focusing on myself, focusing on my mindset, improving my life, being more healthy. Things like this I never thought about in Dubai.
Yeah.
Not a single time, There's a lot of things. I don't know. Bali is like, there's a reason why they call it Island of Gods.
yeah.
Right?
Island of God.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we covered everything, right? We covered everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Obviously, man, it's your coffee place. We're sitting here in Bali. I strongly recommend everyone who is coming to Bali, or lives in Bali, or is in Indonesia, but just please try this coffee, okay?
Yeah.
Me, myself, I always order the cappuccino without milk, or the iced latte without both. Every day, I'm drinking minimum how many coffees?
It's 5.
Nah, it's not true.
6
shots.
6 cup at least.
It's because of you. I'm like, hey, Jason, you think I should get one more? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not just get one more? No, actually, I'm there every day. Also, if you want to meet me in person, I'm there actually every day. We're sitting there. We're talking about life.
Yeah.
These conversations we have here, we have actually every day.
Yeah.
And there's always interesting people to meet.
Exactly.
Right?
I learned so many things from Marcel, and thank you for inviting me to this session, And after speaking to you about many things today, it makes me want to see more about the world, especially Dubai.
Yeah. Also, Dubai, I would say, is really, really strong with coffee,
Yeah,
Of course. I mean, obviously, it's like Arabic culture.
Yeah.
As you know. They are also like probably one of the... No, I think Arabic in general is like number one in terms of coffee, right?
Yeah.
What would you say? Or is it more South America, Latin America? I don't know.
The drinkers?
Yeah.
The drinkers?
Yeah. Who's number one drinking coffee actually on this planet?
Guess.
Number one drinking coffee. Don't say Indonesia, please.
No.
I
wish number one is Indonesia, but number one still statistically is still America.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but you do your own research. It's still America number one.
Interesting,
yeah?
Yeah. Starbucks. Almost like Dulu.
Yeah. You actually know how Starbucks get inspired, right? It's from Italians.
Oh yeah, is it?
Just bring their own style coffee. Like, okay, we cannot copy paste, come up with like Starbucks. Short long story.
But Starbucks is from Italy, no?
No. But
Inspired.
the founders like
I see.
having a trip to Italy. And
Yeah. Sorry, do you actually know that? Is Starbucks in Indonesia offering different coffee, than somewhere like, so Starbucks, for example, I don't know, let's say Starbucks in Germany, Starbucks in America, Starbucks, blah, 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 they always take the beans from the country, or how is it working?
For I said no, I'm not sure to be honest. But I know they have like a bigger source from Sumatra, which you can see like in the packaging they have lion. I think the idea is like Sumatra is quite famous with the lion. Then they put in the packaging and they says the beans from Sumatra.
Yeah.
If you go to Starbucks in any country, positive they're gonna have beans from Sumatra.
Okay.
That's one of their big source,
Okay, interesting.
I have one question, Marcel, for you. Talk about coffee, yeah? So as you know, there's like two different type of coffee brand, like independent like me, and there's like chain branding like Starbucks, maybe like Arabica, or maybe Costa Gloria jeans in Australia.
Yeah.
You've been in any part of the world, right? If you have an option to choose one brand of the chain coffee, which one you gonna pick?
Of the chain coffee?
Yes.
So not like not like things like Dulu, like actually talking about chain coffee.
Yeah.
Percentage Arabica.
Percentage Arabica.
100%.
100%.
Yeah. I even have a bag from them.
Yeah.
It's actually, no, to be honest, I like Starbucks, but I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah. Good branding,
Yes.
good sourcing, good high-end machine,
Yeah.
I used to drink Arabica a lot after they open in the mall,
Beach walk.
in Jakarta, in the Central Park. I think this very first outlet in Indonesia.
Yeah.
I was saying to myself like, oh yeah, at least if I go to the mall, I can get some coffee besides Starbucks,
Yes, I totally agree. Starbucks for me is I don't want to say worst case scenario of having a coffee, but I'm not the biggest fan.
It's my airport coffee.
Yeah, correct.
When I go to the airport, just hit up the Starbucks, get their cold brew maybe.
But this is also something I have to say here, because many people, they're like, what do you mean? Starbucks is amazing. It's the best coffee, Like, I could live for Starbucks every day. But if you really tried coffee like this from Dulu, like high quality coffee, you will understand.
Exactly.
You will understand the difference. It's not only the taste, it's also about that from this coffee, there is a reason why I can drink 6 of this in the morning and not dying. I could never drink 6 Starbucks coffee. I would go hospital.
Exactly.
Because it's just quality is not only the taste.
Yeah.
Quality is also how your body reacts to it.
Yeah. Everything from the source, how you extract the coffee, everything.
And this is also something really interesting, because there's a lot of people that ask me like, Marcel, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, do you drinking 5-6 coffee in the morning? But I'm like, yeah, okay, but go to Dulu and try the coffee. Yeah. You will understand, Yeah. That's the thing with high quality coffee. And that's why I love your coffee, and I'm going to see you tomorrow, brother.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow morning. Bro, thank you so much for joining me today in today's episode. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. The first local guy. Suksma beli. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Hatur nuhun. It's like in Sundanese. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Yeah, I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot of inspiration you gave us today. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. And thank you for joining me today in today's episode. That was actually episode number 5. And is there any chance that maybe there's some people that have questions about coffee or whatever? Is there any chance to connect with you?
Yeah, I can be reached on Instagram, JSN Daniel, or maybe you want to reach me out through Dulu Coffee.
Of course.
Also fine.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to put Dulu here in the YouTube description.
Yeah.
So you can find the place.
Yeah. Thanks for your time. I know you're a busy guy, you work every day. You make your time to invite me in your podcast. I really appreciate it. It's also like a new challenge for me. It's like something new.
But you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool, right?
It's very cool. It's like, it's good. It feels good to share our value to people.
Of course. Especially I think there's a lot of locals, hopefully they will watch this.
Yes.
And they get some inspiration here,
Yes.
Because this is the proof, this guy is from Bandung, and he built this, now he's sitting here with me, a random guy from Germany, and we're talking about this,
Yes.
And everyone can do it if you really want,
Dream.
right? Dream.
Mindset.
Dream. Have sun in your life, as you said it.
Good.
Brother. Okay, guys, yeah, I hope you found some inspiration in today's episode, the life and the journey from Jason from Bandung. And yeah, if you're excited to meet more guests from all over the world, from everywhere, because I will invite some crazy people. They will all sit next to me and we're going to talk about where they're from and about their business model. And because also what you do is something like really unique, you know, and I'm trying my best to always invite people with interesting stories. So that's why stay up to date. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias, right? Hit the subscribe button and obviously ring the bell. And please also let me know in the comment section, what do you want to see next in Talk and Do? Is there any like ideas or feedback, something critical, anything we should change, you know? I never did this before. It's my 5th episode. I'm trying my best to improve. And that's why please share with me your feedback as we build this journey together. And yeah, see you next time in the next episode of Talk and Do. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you very much, Marcel.